All right, everyone. So, as you know, my name is Derek, the Awesome Show, and today I've got my big brother here, Nana from Sembite UK. He's part of the motivation why I'm doing this. I've been following for a very long time. Yes, feels very good to have you here. Pleasure all mine. Yes. So, by introduction, I would want you to formally introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for having me, Derek. So my name is Nana. I'm the lead CEO of Sembite. So Sembite is an organization that provides consultation and bite-sized advice for schools, families, local government, any service that engages with special educational needs. And I connected with Derek on social media. We've been following each other and networking. I didn't plan to come to Ghana this soon, but I've actually had some work out here. So whilst I was here, I had to come and see my brother.
Welcome. So much pleasure to have you, big
Thank
brother.
you for
So
having me.
much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
But have you found yourself some Ghanaian food?
Of course, of course. Do you know? Because in the UK now, I've been living by myself for many years now, and I can make food, I can cook. But the Ghanaian food, in terms of perfecting it, I haven't got there yet. So since I've left my mom's house, I have it every so often. So when I came, I said I'm gonna make sure I'm having everything. My boiled yam, the contemporary stew, my wachi, even jollof rice. I don't care about that. I want the root. I want the muto, red.
You can get jollof rice up there.
You can get that anywhere. It's not. You can even in the UK, you can buy in the supermarket. So to me, it's not special anymore. I want the ones that only special people can make it. So I've been enjoying, but I've only been eating maybe like once or twice a day because it's heavy. I haven't been having like 3-4 meals a day. But I make sure I have one or two special meals, and then I'm happy.
Okay. But have you had some fufu as well?
That's the only thing I haven't had yet.
No, we will have
That's the only thing. Okay, that's the last. That's the last thing I've had. The only thing I need to have is fufu and omuto. That's the only two things I haven't had yet. But everything else, I've had it.
Don't worry, don't worry. I'll make provision for all of that.
Okay, then. Thank you. I trust you.
All right. So, delving into matters of special education, I think by introduction, myself, I came from a background where stigmatization for special needs kids was that much, and my orientation into it was done by my community because I grew up. I was born into a community that stigmatized against people that were neurodivergent or had special needs. So, as a kid growing up, I was taught don't play with these people, don't buy from these people, don't associate with people that had cerebral palsy, trisomy 21, and all. So that was my orientation. So I grew up quickly, fast forward, thinking that all these people, they are incapable of doing anything. And then proceed to the uni, second year where I did special education because I read biological science education. And that is where I had the privilege of reading special education. Learned about chromosomes, learned about how these things come about, knowing there's a scientific background to it and it's not spiritual like how I was preconditioned into believing. So then I decided, okay, there are people like me still believing that these children are incapable of doing anything. So what can I also do
to help them
in my position to, one, help them, change the narrative, let them know that, hey, this thing is not spiritual as we were conditioned to. So that gave birth to this awesome show, and then fast forward connected with you. So yes, I would also want to know your journey into Sen and how the experiences have been like.
Okay, my journey into Sen is similar to you, but then there's a few differences as well. So there is a stigma in the UK attached to special educational needs, but over the year, it's reduced. Even within our own community, the Black community, there's a little bit more awareness now, a little bit more acceptance, but it still hasn't got to that highest level. Because it does still exist, but it's slightly better than it is here in Ghana. So even me coming into special educational needs, when I went to university, my background was English literature and drama. So it's nothing to do with you, like how you're doing sciences, all of that stuff. Me, I left that when I was like 16. So I went to go and do English literature and drama because I had a passion for it. But when I left university, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I was stuck in between a rock and a hard place. So I was working like retail, working in stores. So you know how you guys have ShopRite.
Sure.
So I was working in the equivalent of ShopRite for like a year. Then I work in another clothes store and I work in another shop. For almost 2 years, I was still deciding what to do. Then I decided, I told myself that I need to find something that can link into a career. I'm not sure what career yet, but let me find something. So I decided to go and apply for jobs at school. So I applied to be a teaching assistant, and it was a special school. But when I applied, I didn't know it was a special school. I just applied. Applied, had my interview. Within a few days, they offered me the job, and I've come into the school after the 6 weeks break. And I saw the children. I said, "Huh? What is going on? Yeah, this is crazy." But within a few days, I got adjusted quick, and I just hit the ground running. And then also, on top of that, the first class I had, the young people, they all had autism. You have to have a diagnosis of autism to be in that school, but they were like high functioning. So
like Asperger's.
Yes. So there wasn't that many challenges around behavior, so they kind of eased me into it. But in the second academic year I was in, it was a class of 8 children. Like 4 of them had like severe challenging behavior, but I probably even loved working with them more than the other ones, even though other ones were less challenging. So that just showed me I'm in the right place in terms of my journey. So then after that, I've done a master's in special needs. And then after that, I went to go and work for local government. So I worked for local government as a case officer. So to explain it, it's like we've got the UK, we've got London, we've got different parts of London within the city. So regions, like so let's say for argument's sake, Tema. So let's say I work for Tema, and there's a team of 10 of us, and we oversee all the money that goes into the schools in Tema that to support the children with special needs. So we've got the government here, then we've got a local government, and then underneath local government councils is the schools, the nurseries, the colleges, and within them they'll have children who have special needs, and then our role is to allocate the money to those young people. You have to review how that money is being spent. If they need more, they'll come and request more. Because in the UK, there's a legal framework where the government has to fund young people with educational needs, no matter where they are, whether it's autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, what if they're blind, deaf, whatever, they need to have to put that in place. So there is something that got introduced 2014, 2015 called the SEN Code of Practice. So that is a legal framework that all the schools, local government have to follow and abide by to ensure they're meeting the needs of all the young people with special needs. And then so I started that role 2016, and I've worked my way up all through management up until service manager level. So over the years, I've been overseeing the commission and the funding to support children with special needs, reviewing the support, going into schools to have meetings. You meet with other professionals in a network. Maybe it's health, maybe it's a social worker,
education,
maybe it's other schools, education. So there is a big push for multi-agency working as well. So I've done that since 2016 up until now. I'm still a manager in one local government. But last year I decided to set up Sembites because I've got the experience working on the ground, and I've also got local government
managerial experience.
Exactly. In between that, I've got the masters as well. So my experience is quite unique as well because I can see both sides of the fence. I've been in school with the hardest of kids. So for me, anything that I come across, because of my experience, I can look at it with a calm position. So so I'll set up Sembites to support families, schools, local government, any issues around SEN.
But to cut in, I think, like you rightly said during your introduction, your system is better. You use light, but I don't think it's light. I mean, you are way ahead because for the government to actually have a system whereby there's disbursement of funds for parents or families with special needs kids, I think that's a plus on its own. But I would want to know, how does the criteria go? Like what criteria or what means is used in disbursing the funds? How do they assess, okay, this person get 50%, this person get 20%? How is it done?
So in the UK, we have something that's called the Educational Healthcare Plan. So this is a document that legally obliges the council, local government to fund that young person's education till they are 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a legally binding document.
Okay.
So parents can apply for it, schools can apply for it if they feel the young person has special educational needs. But if the needs can't be met within quality first teaching, so if they can't access education with reasonable adjustments or additional support, then they apply for the EHCP.
Okay.
Once they get that, that's when they have access to more funding than another young person.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the criteria they use in selecting who gets.
Yes.
Okay, that's like a well prepared framework of doing it. Unfortunately, down here, it's crazy. Off air, we were talking about some of the stuff that happen. Like I think most of the times we are in a hurry to chastise these parents because they don't bring their children out for formal assessment. They are not, they are not showing their kids off. They are not standing in for their children. But the stigma out here, it's super, super crazy. And I don't fault us because we are preconditioned to believe that these people can do anything. So if you step out with a child that has a disability, there's a whole stigma that the entire society is viewing you. Even in transport means like public transport, you will face it. If you are going to the hospital, you will face it. If you are going to school, you will face it. So parents are left with no choice than to put their kids back, keep them in their rooms, and then worst case scenario, kill them. Yes. There's an episode where I had an information that I had a phone call with my mom and I recorded, and then she was talking about how they used to kill them and still kill them. And myself, I have been an attestation to it because when I was doing my service at Confanoche, working as a research assistant, there were cases where an erectile malformation, which can easily be corrected, was being asked to be killed.
Wow.
So down here, that's how serious.
Very extreme.
So if you say the UK is slightly better, I would want to say that you guys are way better because you guys, even though the stigma might be present, there's a structure that supports families.
Yeah, there's a framework. There is definitely a framework. There's legal obligations. There's legal rights. There's advocates. There are different advisors. There's different teams and structures. So it's like, even if you have a child that has special educational needs, let's say they have Down syndrome or cerebral palsy and they've got an educational healthcare plan. So that means that they've got special needs team around them. Then they've got the school, then they've got the parents, then they've got healthcare. They might have early intervention. So they've got
a whole structure,
a wraparound support. So even if for whatever reason, let's say my team, the SEN team, doesn't really understand some of the cases going on, we can just speak to social worker, they'll update us. So even with the EHCP document, it has healthcare information, has social care information.
Okay.
So it's got a full profile of that young person's actual needs. So I agree with you, it's better in the sense that from a financial standpoint, it's 100% better because the government are obligated. They even look at reforms, they look at ways to try and better them, so they don't always get it right, but there is a legal framework there. That being said, one of the difficulties that I find in the UK, for when I went to the special school in Apam, I was speaking to the madam there, and it's like, so in the UK, there's a lot more young people with special educational needs. They're getting identified a lot earlier, which is good. So they can get the support from early, they can get the money from early. However, one of the big challenges that the schools are full. So you've got special schools. So let's say, for argument's sake, the special school holds 50 young people.
Okay.
Technically, they're only allowed to go above by 10%. Okay. So that means they can take 55 pupils max.
Sure.
But then in that region, in that area, you still got at least 30 children that need to go to that school. But because there's no space in that school, they are now forced to go to a mainstream school.
Okay.
That possibly can't meet their needs. This is it. So mainstream schools, they're not all the same. Some are really good, they're really inclusive, and they'll make reasonable adjustments, while some are just not interested at all. So you've got a lot of young people that have got thousands and thousands of pounds attached to them because they've got the EHCP. Okay. So wherever they go, they've got the money going with them. But if there's no space at the school they should be going to and they go to a mainstream school that isn't inclusive, even though the school's getting the money, and I know because I'm the one that allocates